On the campus of Rochester College in Rochester, Michigan. I am Jacob Rogers alongside with Nick Griffhorst for tonight's action of the Rochester College Warriors versus the Lourdes Gray Wolves. Rochester comes into this game 13-8. They have lost 7 straight before defeating U of M Dearborn by 3 on Saturday. Nick, what are the keys to look for tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Rochester College, a team that likes to shoot the threes. If they go in, they're pretty much unbeatable, but they're only shooting it at about 31% right now. So Rochester really needs to look into that. 21 shots is what they're averaging from 3. If they make them, they're good to go. If they don't, they're in a lot of trouble. So look for 3-pointers in this case.
Rochester's led by junior Devin Valco, who scores 12.7 points per game. She shoots 38% from the floor and 41% from 3. Senior Rio Dudgeon adds 8.7 points per game at only 33% from the floor and 31 from 3. Rochester's pretty solid defensively as they hold opponents to 33% from the floor and 21% from 3. We are going to get the national anthem, and we will be right back.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Garth Pleasant Arena for today's match.
And we are back. We have your starting lineups for tonight's game. For the Lourdes University Gray Wolves, we have number 4, Jamie Hardy, number 20, Sydney Miller, number 23, Christina Jefferson, number 24, Hunter Kershaw, number 34, Latyra Beasley. For Rochester College, we have number 2, Ricky Shirt, number 3, Kendra Kuyat, number 11, Rio Dungeon, number 12, Devin Valco, and number 15, Brooke Fielder.
Yeah, last time these two teams played, November 20, the Warriors came out with a 77-70 win. For the Warriors, Valco had 22 points, Dujan had 19. For the Lourdes Grey Wolves, Hardy led them with 18 points. Miller had 17. Those are your two leading scorers also on the season for Lourdes.
Yeah, both Hardy and Miller average 9 points per game. They both shoot 34% from three. Rochester is averaging, my apologies, Lourdes is averaging 67 points per game and is holding opponents to 63% points per game. However, they are allowing opponents to shoot 29% from three compared to Rochester's 21% from three.
I mean, this is a lot different Rochester College women's basketball team than Lourdes saw last time they played. I mean, the lineups might be the same, but as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Rochester had a 7-game skid. They just don't play as confident as they were at that point in the season, so it will be interesting to see. It was already a close game. I can see this one coming out pretty close, too.
Casey Bodell will not be suiting up for the Warriors tonight as she has a right hand injury. Bodell is a very key factor into that very scrappy and physical play that the Warriors have always played. Without her presence, we'll see how they play tonight.
Yeah, and the Warriors had to play the majority of last season without Bodell as well, so it's nothing that's new to them. But obviously you're not happy if you're Rochester and have to play without her.
We're getting ready to tip off here. Rochester will be in their typical gray uniforms. Lourdes will be in black. Rochester will be working right to left. Lourdes left to right. And Lourdes will win the tip. Christina Jefferson takes it inside. She kicks it back outside to Jamie Hardy. Hardy will hand it off. Jefferson has it back up top. She gives it to Miller. Miller will drive and have it blocked by Fielder. Shirt with the rebound.
That's where Fielder's height is a huge advantage for Rochester.
Yeah, Brooke Fielder, 6'4" center. 6'4", definitely not something that you normally see at this level. Valco gives it to Dungeon. Dungeon to Kuyat. Kuyat swings it to Shret. Back to Valco. She thought about the three, did not take it. Fielder has it down low. She'll put up, and she is hit from behind. It will be a foul on Hunter Kershaw, the 6-foot senior out of Columbus, Ohio. That will be her first, team first.
Fielder mismatch most nights for pretty much every team in this conference. Kershaw, the tallest defensive player for Lourdes, 6 foot, as you said. So a mismatch that the Warriors are going to try and take advantage of early here.
Fielder steps to the stripe for two. She knocks down her first. Rochester will get the lead to start the game. And Fielder will split the pair. It will be rebounded by Christina Jefferson, who will push her up the floor for Lourdes. Lourdes tries to go inside, and the ball will go out of bounds on Latyra Beasley. She got double-teamed down low and lost control. The Warriors will get the ball back.
Yeah, it just looked like she tripped up inside there and rolled right off of her.
Kuya will bring the ball up court for the Warriors. She looks to a cutting Valco. She puts it up, and she puts it in. Nice backdoor cut there by Devin Valco. Jefferson will run point for the Gray Wolves. She gives it to Miller. Miller gives it off to Beasley. Back to Jefferson. Tried going back to Miller. It's poked out of bounds by Valco. Very nice defense there by Devin Valco.
Yeah, Rochester playing aggressive on the defensive end here early, getting some block shots, their hands in on some plays.
Let's just hope that this Rochester team doesn't play too physical early as Shret steals it, because this starting five plays a lot of minutes for the Warriors. Kuyat misses the left-handed layup, and she has a reach-in foul. That'll be her first foul, team first.
Yeah, and Kujat, a player that gets in foul trouble often, so hopefully she can keep it under control here for Rochester. She's a huge part of this offense. Kuyat
is the senior guard out of Frankenmuth, Michigan. Very, very scrappy defender, very quick on offense, but she's very smart, someone that Rochester needs on the floor at all times.
She's a dribble drive threat for the Warriors out of the point guard position, likes to drive in and dish it out.
Kuyat was defending Jefferson up top. Jefferson gets it back. They swing it. Miller has it. She gives it off to Hardy. Hardy looks to go inside with it. She'll take it up, and she will put it in. It is 3-2 Warriors, 8:05 left in the first quarter. Kuyat pushes it ahead. She gives it to Fielder, and she is fouled down low by Jamie Hardy. That'll be Hardy's first, team second. Brooke Fielder will go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, Brooke Fielder really making her presence felt early inside. Rochester keeps throwing her the ball, and there's not a whole lot Lourdes can do other than foul.
Fielder can't hit the first.
But it's not going to matter if you can't knock down the free throws.
Got to make the free throws. They're free for a reason, right, Nick?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a great free throw shooter, so.
And she doesn't hit either on the pair. It'll be rebounded and now taken up court by Miller. Miller gives it off to Jefferson up top. She gives it to Beasley. Beasley drives in on Stret. She's contested by Fielder and nothing but air there. Rebounded by Devin Valco. Gives it to Kuyat, who will push it up floor quickly. She looks back at Valco trailing. She shoots a three, and that's off. Be rebounded by Hardy, but she will step out of bounds with it. Rochester will regain possession.
Yeah, just a lack of focus there for Lourdes. Had an easy rebound, just stepped right out of bounds. No one was there to contest it.
Nice offensive set by Rochester. Valco just looked like she rushed it when she didn't need to. Fielder gets it in down low, gives it back to Valco. She shoots another three from the corner. That's through. Rochester up 6-2.
As we talked about earlier, Rochester really likes to shoot the threes, 21 per game.
Kuyat defends Jefferson up top. Jefferson uses a screen from Beasley. Nothing there. She's looking for something. Beasley has it up top. She will give it off to Miller. Miller looking to pull up. She does, and that is a brick. Rebounded by Beasley. She picks up her dribble, and it is stolen by Devin Valco. Valco looks to take it. Slow up the offense a little bit. Dungeon has it. She gives it to Schreck. Back to Kuyat. To Fielder down low. She puts it up, and she puts it in. Brooke Fielder very active early in this ball game as she has three of Rochester's 8 points.
And she's had the opportunity to get a lot more, so the more and more Rochester throws it inside, the more foul trouble Lourdes gets in, the easier those shots are going to become.
Valco intercepts the pass. She will bring it up the floor for the Warriors. Valco hands it off to Kuyat. She handles it at the top. Off to Dungeon. She thought about three, didn't take it. She traveled. And that'll go back to the Lourdes Gray Wolves. Checking in for Lourdes will be number 11, Sarah Semler, number 32, Miranda Green, and number 13, Razane Newberry.
So 6:18 remaining in the half, and Rochester out to a quick 8-2 start, 6-point lead here early.
Semler gives it off to Jefferson, who will bring it up the court. Jefferson uses a screen. Gives it back to Semler. Hunt had it for a second, thought about three, did not take it. Back to Jefferson in the corner, guarded by Kuyat, 10 on the clock. Pass was tipped, but it got through. Hunt has it again, guarded by Dungeon. She thought she blocked it, but they will call a foul on Rio Dungeon. That is her first, team second. Hardy will go to the line to shoot two.
Hardy again the leading scorer for Lourdes at 9 points per game. They've got a bunch of people in that 5 to 9 point range, so they really spread the wealth offensively.
Hardy knocks down the first from the stripe. And the second one is off back iron, rebounded by Shirt. She gives it to Kuyat. Rochester has an opening. Valco will take it in, and she throws it out of bounds, but she is blocked. That was a nice block there by number 23, Christina Jefferson. Rochester will reset under their own basket with 23 left on the shot clock. Kuyat will inbound to Valco. Back to Fielder down low. She's posted up. She'll put it up. Nothing but air. It will stay with Rochester. 15 seconds left on the shot clock.
Some chirping from the Rochester fans there.
And that was poked out of bounds by number 32, Miranda Green.
So the third reset of the possession here for Rochester.
Rochester will now go on the other side of their own basket. Hopefully they can get it in this time. They give it to Fielder, back to Kuyat. She will take it inside in the trees, give it off to Schret, but she will walk with it. Rochester will have Kim Charney and Jade Smith check in for Rio Dungeon and Brooke Fielder.
Jade Smith, a player that Rochester likes to get the ball in the paint to. She's very aggressive, has some great post moves. Really a key player off the bench for Rochester.
Jade Smith only 5'8", but she always checks in, plays that center position. She's undersized, but she's very, very physical and very aggressive. And like you said, Nick, she uses post moves very well. That's how she gets a lot of her wealth down low. That ball is tipped by Smith, picked up by Kuyat. She's taking it the length of the floor, hands it off to Valco. Thought about three, didn't take it. She takes it inside, and she is blocked. And she gets it right back, puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebounded again by Lourdes, loose ball. And Lourdes will come away with it. And they look to push it up the floor. Semler has it. She gives it to Jefferson. Nice pass there to Newberry. It is now an 8-5 game. Kuyat gives it to Schratt. Valco thought about three, did not take it. Charney works it on the right wing. Valco now has it. Rochester working the ball around. Not much there going for them right now, though.
Yeah, starting to lose the shot clock here at 5 seconds.
Kuyat looks to take it inside. She passed it off, and Ricky had to bobbled it. She did not shoot it in time. Rochester College shot clock violation. Nice defensive set there by the Grey Wolves.
Yeah, we've seen some great defense from both teams here early. I mean, there's only 4:12 left in this half, and it's an 8-5 game.
Yep, 4:12 left in the quarter.
In this quarter, sorry.
You're good. The Grey Wolves have it up top. Hardy looked to drive it in, nothing there. She gives it off to Green. She takes it in, and it's poked away by Valco. Kuyat brings it up the floor. Looking for something. Valco will shoot a three from the top, and that's off Charney offensive board. She puts it up and puts it in. 10-5 Rochester College. 3:38 left in this first quarter. Hardy has it out on the right wing. Hand check foul will be called on Kim Charney. It'll be her first, team third. Lourdes will reset side out. Shay Kaiser will come in for Rochester. She comes in for Devin Valco. Lourdes will have a platoon swap. They'll bring in Ramia Henry, Hunter Kershaw, and I believe Riley Rayburn.
For Rochester, 14, Shay Kaiser.
Lourdes working it around here.
Yep, they're looking down low. Nothing there. Gives it back outside. Semler has it up top. And she is fouled. Apologies, that's Ramia Henry who had it. She was fouled on the play by Ricky Schratt. Or on Shay Kaiser. They changed it. The ref showed it was a foul number 2, but we heard it's a foul number 14. So you never know sometimes. The first one is in and out.
Yeah, Lourdes has set up a couple plays here where they just run that pick up by the free throw line, have the ball handler run around it, one of the edges, and both times they've ran it, they've got to the free throw line.
They could not convert either at the stripe. Kuyat pushes it up floor quickly. She gets off the shirt. Gives to Charney, looks at Kaiser, a three-point threat. Shirt shoots a three, something we don't normally see her do, and that one is long. Rebounded by Lourdes, who takes it up the floor. Henry takes it inside, nothing there. Jade Smith with the rebound. She gives it to Kuyat, who'll push it back up the floor yet again. Kuyat takes it in, spin move, but it is stolen right out of her hands by Sarah Semler. Lourdes will push it up the floor. 2:32 left in this first quarter. Semler has it right up top. She gives it off to Green. Green gives it to Henry. She'll take it in, and she will get it to go. It's now a 10-7 ball game. Both teams very solid on the defensive end, but somehow Lourdes is finding a way to get buckets right now.
Yeah, Lourdes closing in on that Rochester lead. Some good moves inside, getting to the foul line.
Kuyat uses a shirt screen. They're looking for Jay Smith down low, but she is getting overmatched down there. She used the ball fake. She puts it up strong. She does not get her own rebound. And they will call the ball go out of bounds. They will call it on Jade Smith.
You can tell Lourdes did their scouting report. Jade Smith gets that ball in the post, and immediately there's 2 Gray Wolves on her.
Rio Dungeon will check back in for the Warriors. Robin Pruitt will also come in. Kendra Kuyat and Ricky Schrett will come out of the game. Lourdes works it around the perimeter. Nothing going on. A deep 3 will be shot and short. Rebound Robin Pruitt. She'll push it up for the Warriors. She looks at Rio Dungeon wide open for 3. And she can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Lourdes.
Lourdes looks like they're going to slow it down here, set up a play. They do around that ball screen there.
Lourdes using a bunch of ball screens and working around it, but they will throw it right out of bounds. Miranda Green did not see where Ramia Henry was. Throws it right to the Rochester College bench. Rochester gets it back with 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Zane Newberry will check back into the game for the Gray Wolves for Hunter Kershaw. And Pruitt will bring the ball up the floor for the Warriors, who are working right to left. Pruitt uses a Dungeon screen, gives it back to Dungeon. Thought about 3, gives it off to Jade Smith, puts it up and can't get it to fall. And she'll be called for a loose ball foul.
Yeah, that time there were 3 Gray Wolves on Smith in the post. That's where she's just got to turn around, toss it back out, find an open player.
That will be Smith's first foul. You can tell it's a little bit of frustration foul. Coach Brett Witcher will put Brooke Fielder back into the game. The Gray Wolves are now in the bonus and will shoot 2 at the line.
Shooting 2.
Newberry can't get the first to fall. Fielder officially checks in for Jade Smith.
You won't see those 2 on the floor together that often. Fielder and Smith operate in the same space.
And she knocks on the second. It's now 10-8 Rochester. Rochester on a cold spell. Haven't scored here in a few minutes. Pruitt works it around to give to Kaiser. She's looking for something. Dunjo's on for a second. Did not see her. Pruitt has it in the right corner. Back to Dungeon. Nothing there for her. She decides to drive it and gives it back off to Pruitt. Pruitt shoots the wing jumper short. Rebounded by Henry. And Henry will slow it up as the Gray Wolves can use all the clock and close out the quarter. Henry takes it inside. She kicks it back outside, and the 3 ball is through by Sarah Semler. 11-10 Gray Wolves with 2 seconds left. Charney did not see the clock, did not shoot it. The Gray Wolves will close the quarter on a 9-2 run as they lead 11-10 after 1. You are watching the Rochester Sports Network. And we are back on the Rochester Sports Network. The Lourdes Gray Wolves lead your Rochester College Warriors 11-10 after 1. Lourdes close out the quarter on a 9-2 run. Rochester will get the ball to start the second. Kendra Kuyat will bring it up the floor. She gives it to Devin Valco. Valco will give it to Schret. Back to Kuyat as all 5 starters are back in for Rochester. Schret thought about 3. They're looking for Fielder. She's down there. She has it. She puts up a right hook and through. Nice move there by Brooke Fielder.
Yeah, Fielders look pretty good tonight for Rochester, and they keep feeding her the rock, and Lourdes doesn't really have an answer except for to follow her.
Fielder now has 5 of Rochester's 12 points on the night. Lourdes has it up top. Sydney Miller will handle the ball. She will shoot a free throw line extended jumper in and out. Kuyat with the rebound. She'll push it. Dungeon has it on the right wing. Back to Kuyat. Look at Valco. She thought about 3, didn't give it. Brooke Fielder down low. She puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Ricky Shirt. Nice pass there to Kuyat, who can't get to fall. Fielder gets a rebound. Now Kuyat decides to take it inside, but she walked first before putting the ball on the floor. Second time we've seen her do that tonight.
Yeah, second travel call on Kuyat, and she's the player that Rochester loves to have handle the ball, but if she can't keep her composure down there, Rochester's going to have to do something else with Pruitt.
Gray Wolves will bring the ball up the floor. Miller gives it off. Back to Miller. She shoots a 3 from the top of the wing, and that is through. It's now 14-12 Gray Wolves. Kuyat gives it to Dungeon, looking to speed up things a little bit here. Valco on the left wing. She takes it inside, but looks like we'll have a foul down low. It will be on Jamie Hardy. That's her second. Rochester will inbound from underneath their own basket. Kuyat gives it to Fielder. Back to Kuyat, who will reset. Gives it to Valco. Corner 3. That's through. Devin Valco, second and 3 of the night. It is now 15-14 Rochester College. 8:20 left in the first half.
Yeah, Valco has 8 of the Warriors, 15. Felder has another 5. So it's been those 2 for Rochester, and they need some help here.
Hardy picks up her dribble, almost stepped out of bounds. Valco strips it away. She falls down, gives it to Fielder, gives it to Shirt. She puts up and can't get to fall. Fielder with the rebound, gives to Shirt again. Dungeon, a wide open 3. That's through. Rochester now up 18-14 as Rio Dungeon gets her first bucket of the night to fall. It'll lead to a Lourdes Gray Wolves timeout. 7:52 left in the first half. You're watching the Rochester Sports Network. And we are back live on the Rochester Sports Network. Your Rochester College Warriors lead 18-14 over the Lourdes Gray Wolves. 7:52 left in the second quarter. Rochester comes out of timeout with their normal 5 stars of Kuyat, Shirt, Fielder, Dungeon, and Valco. Lourdes brings the ball up the floor. They give it to Miller. Miller looks to take it inside. Nothing there for her. She hands it off to Semler. Semler gives it off to Green. Green back to Miller. Miller looking down low. Kershaw had nothing there. Ball is poked away, picked up by Kendra Kuyat. She will push it up the floor for Rochester.
Almost traveled on that one, too. Almost picked up her dribble.
She almost did. Shirt gives it to Fielder, back to Shirt. Kuyat now has it. Coach Brett Winchester calling out a play. They look for Fielder down low, but nothing's there. Reset. Shirt thought about 3, did not take it. She will drive it inside, give it to Valco. She'll shoot a 3. That's off. Fielder will be pushed in the back by number 24, Hunter Kershaw.
The tough thing about Rochester's offense is they have Ricky Shirt on the floor, who's a great rebounder and a great defender, but the defenses really sag off of her, allowing them to have 2 players in the post. I mean, you can't get around that. No driving lanes, nothing like that.
No, I was watching Shirt earlier, too, in warm-ups, and she was knocking down 3s from that left wing, but I think after seeing that first one go over the hoop, she's kind of hesitant to shoot any. Fielder throws it away. 2-on-1 break. And Lourdes will put it up and put it in. 18-16 Rochester. 6:30 left in the second quarter. Kuyat brings the ball up the floor. She gives it off to Dunge on the right wing. Back to Shirt, back to Kuyat. They look to Fielder down low. She puts it up, puts it in. Another nice bucket there by Brooke Fielder. It's now 20-16 Rochester. Someone thought about the three in the corner for the Grey Wolves, did not take it. Gives it back to Christina Jefferson. Back to Semler up top. Off to Miranda Green. Green guarded by Valco. Valco goes through the screen, tips the pass, goes right back to Lourdes, and they decide to throw it out of bounds off of Brooke Fielder. The Lourdes Grey Wolves will have to reset side out. 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, interesting decision to throw that ball off of the defender because there was a Rochester player on the ground who had got tripped up. So there was an open Grey Wolf somewhere on that court. And now you have only 5 seconds to run this inbound play.
Dungeon will defend it. They give it off. Jade Smith defense, who just checked back in the game. Three is short and out of bounds by Sarah Semler. Rochester will get the ball back. 5:44 left in the first half. Kuyat brings it up the floor. Uses the Jade Smith screen. Nothing going. Gives it to Smith down low. Gives it off. Valco will take it inside. Put it up with the left, and she'll get it to go. Nice move there by Devin Valco. Now 22-16 Rochester. 5:20 left.
Yeah, and that's 10 now for Valco. She's in double digits. She's leading the Warriors in scoring. Brooke Fielder not that far behind her.
Lourdes has it up top. They give it to Jefferson. She'll reset the offense. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. They get off to Semler. Valco is pushed down. Nothing called. A three from the corner will be short by Miller. Still 2 seconds on the clock. And in and out. We will have a foul called. It'll be on number 13, Rozane Newberry.
Warriors starting to create a little bit of a cushion here, a 6-point lead under 5 minutes to go in the half. Something that it didn't look like Rochester would even get to 22 points in a half, but a little offensive spurt for the Warriors.
Brent Witchner seems like he's calmed this team down a little bit, Nick. They came out very fiery, playing very quick, and it looks like they just need to play their game, get into their sets. Kuyat used the off arm there. Nothing was called. Dungeon in the corner gives it back to Shirt. Shirt thought about three, did not shoot it. Charney for three, short. Rebounded by Shirt. And it'll be a kick ball on number 14, Samantha Eric.
Going back to that play there where Kuyat had that player on the ground, she didn't extend her arm. That's why you don't get the foul there. Even if the Lourdes bench wanted it, it's all about the extension of the arm. You can use the arm in that motion, but you can't extend it.
Yep, as long as you don't extend that arm, it will never be called a foul. The refs are getting together to talk about something. I'm not sure what. I don't know if they're talking about the kickball or what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't. Normally, if something like this happens, it's a clock situation, but all seems to be well with the clocks.
And they will put 15 seconds on the clock. I believe that Kim Charney's three-pointer did not catch iron, so the shot clock reset when it should not have. Kuyat will inbound from underneath her own basket. She gives to Smith. Smith gives it back to Kuyat. She will be called for a charge that time.
Yeah, that's an interesting charge call that might be a payback call from earlier. That just looked like they both fell into each other there. That should have been a no call in my opinion.
Yep, but Kuyat will check out of the game. Robin Pruitt will check back in. 22-16 Rochester, 4:23 left in the first half.
Something to keep an eye on. That's Kujat's third offensive foul, so we'll see how Brett Witchner handles that. That's 3 turnovers.
And a step-back three is way short by Serena Pitts. She's complaining that she was fouled, and now they are saying that the ball was, in fact, tipped by Jade Smith. Interesting that they are not resetting the shot, or that they did reset the shot clock here. Now they put it back down to 16 seconds. Henry will drive it in. She can't get to fall. Ball will go out of bounds off of it. It looked like it was off of Henry, but Lourdes will get the ball back. Jade Smith is arguing the call, but Robin Pruitt's telling her it's not worth your time.
Yeah, I can't believe that call. She was falling out of bounds, watched it tip off her hands a couple times. And now it looks like they're changing.
It will be Rochester College ball, but nice to see there of a sophomore guard and Robin Pruitt telling Jade Smith it's okay, just come back here, let's set up on defense.
Yeah, and you hear the Warrior coaches talk about Robin Pruitt. I mean, they have a great point guard right now in Kujikuya, but Pruitt, a sophomore from Saginaw, she's definitely next up for Rochester at that position.
Yep, with Kuyat graduating this year, I fully expect Robin Pruitt to take over the reins next season for Rochester. Rochester works the ball around the top of the key like they normally do. Pruitt takes it in. She gives it off. Tries going to Jade Smith. Pass is a little too hot for Smith to handle and will go out of bounds.
Right through her hands there, just like Elshawn Jeffries.
Elshawn Jeffries. And Devin Valco will check back in for the Warriors. Rio Dungeon will sit. 3:35 left in the second quarter. 22-26 Rochester College. Lourdes is looking for something. Ball is poked out of bounds by Devin Valco. She has been playing those passing lanes very well tonight, Nick.
Yeah, she stepped in front a lot. So has Robin Pruitt. I mean, Lourdes has been telegraphing some of those passes, and Rochester just jumping on them. But you got to be careful with that, because if one of those gets through and there's no defender there, pretty easy dribble drive option.
Yes, sir. Lourdes has it outside. They look to take it inside. That ball is tipped by Jade Smith, and Pruitt now has it. She'll bring it up the court for the Warriors. Pruitt runs the offense. She gives it off to Charney, back to Pruitt. Now they work it all the way around. Jade Smith is double-teamed. Wide open. Kim Charney, top of the key. Three is off back iron. And that almost looked like it could have been a walk there on the rebound by Serena Pitts, so they did not call it. Ashley Hurt takes it in, or Latyra Beasley took it inside. Nice post move there. She gets it to go. 22-18 Rochester. Pruitt has the ball up top. Now she gives it to Schreck. Valco has it on the right corner. Gives it off to Charney. Back to Valco. She thought about three. Nice ball fake there. Takes it inside. Nothing going. Charney thought about three. She didn't take it. 10 seconds on the clock. Goes right through Valco's hands. 5 on the clock now. Nice screen there by Jade Smith. Valco shoots, but nothing is there. Shot clock violation from the Warriors.
Yeah, that shot looked like it was tipped, too, there from Valco. So, and she kind of pointed at the ref saying that it was tipped. Not going to get the call, though.
Kaiser and Fielder will check back into the game. Jade Smith and Kim Charney will sit. 2:13 left in the second quarter. Rochester up 22-18. Beasley has it up top. She's looking for something. She gives it off to Pitts. Pitts will shoot a 2. In and out, rebounded by Shirt. She pushes it up to Pruitt. Pruitt gives it back to Shirt, to Kaiser. Valco now commands the offense. She will look to drive. Lane is cut off. Back to Pruitt. 17 still on the shot clock. They're looking for Brooke Fielder down low. And it looks like it'll be a foul on Serena Pitts, who was caught reaching from behind. Rochester will get the ball underneath their own basket. 30 on the shot clock and 1:41 left in the first half.
Regardless of the fouls, some good defensive possessions here for Lourdes, really making Rochester fight for some shots.
Yes, both teams have been fighting very much so on the defensive end. It's been fun to watch. Valco has it. She gets off to Pruitt. Pruitt will shoot a corner 3. That is off. Rebounded by Pitts. Henry will push it up the floor for Lourdes. They give it back to Pitts. She'll shoot a 3. Nothing but brick there. Rebounded by Lourdes, though, and a foul be called on Valco. Latyra Beasley will go to the line to shoot 2.
So 22-18, Rochester going cold on offense here and opening the door back up again. Late for Lourdes to retake the lead.
Same thing we saw in the first quarter there as Rochester came off to an 8-2 lead and then went cold and only scored 2 points the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, it keeps looking like at the start of these quarters, Rochester's just going to finally get that cushion and not look back, and hasn't happened yet.
Beasley splits the pair from the stripe, now 22-19, a minute 20 left in the first half. Nothing going. They go a long pass to Valco.
Yeah, risky pass.
Pruitt gives it off to Shirt. She shoots a three, and that's in. Nice to see that go for Ricky Shirt. Now 25-19 Rochester.
Hopefully that will keep Lourdes from sagging off of her.
But they come
right.
Lourdes comes right back down the court. Ramia Butler gets a 2 to go. Pruitt tried telegraphing a pass there to Valco, but it was poked out of bounds by Henry. Rochester will reset. 55 seconds left in the first half. Pruitt thought about three. She didn't take it, and another travel. What I've noticed, Nick, is that the same ref has called all 3 or 4 travels on Rochester.
Hey, I'm not. No conspiracies.
No conspiracies here, but I don't know if they're lifting their pivot foots before they put the ball down. But it seems every time I get called for travel, it's the same person calling it.
You don't often see the Warriors complaining about them either, so I would say they're good calls at this point.
That is agreed. Lourdes works it up top. Henry shoots a 3. That's off left iron. Rebounded by Valco.
And look for Rochester to slow it down here and take a shot in the last 7-8 seconds of the shot clock.
Yep, only 4 seconds separating both clocks, but Kaiser will shoot a 3. That is long. Rebounded, put back up by Pruitt. Nice tip rebound there by Brooke Fielder to a wide open Robin Pruitt. Now 27-21 Rochester, 13 seconds left. Henry looks to do something with it. It's poked away by Pruitt. Fielder gives it off, and Shirt can't control it. And it looks like Lourdes will just dribble out the clock for the first half. First half will end 27-21. Your Rochester College Warriors on top. You are watching the Rochester Sports Network. And we are back at Garth Pleasant Arena as the Rochester College Warriors women's basketball team is up 27-21 on the Lourdes Gray Wolves. Your leading scorer for the Warriors is Devin Valco. She had 10 points on 4 for 11 shooting, 2 for 5 from deep. And then you had Brooke Fielder, who had 7 points on 3 for 5 shooting, but she was only 1 for 4 from the stripe.
Yeah, some things of note for the Warriors. They had 10 total turnovers. A couple of those, 4 of them, came from Kendra Kujat, the starting point guard. She had no points, but she had 5 assists, so she's still a net positive for the Warriors. And Lourdes had 12 turnovers versus the Warriors 10, so they're not that far off pace. But that's probably the big difference in a 6-point lead here is those 2 turnovers.
It sure is, because Rochester and Lourdes both are shooting just over 34% from the floor. But Rochester only shooting 20% from 3, as Lourdes is shooting 31%. But Rochester is shooting 38% from the line compared to Lourdes only 25%.
Yeah, whatever team can figure out those turnover problems is probably the team that's going to win this basketball game. So here we go.
Lourdes will start off the ball working right to left. They have it up top. That is Sydney Miller. She gives it off. Now Jefferson will have it up top. She gives it back to Miller. Miller driving baseline. She looked to get it to Hardy, but the pass was stolen by Ricky Shirt. She brings it up, hands it off to Kendra Kuyat, who will run the offense at the top of the key.
As mentioned just a few seconds ago, Kuyat has 0 points, which is huge for Rochester because she's normally a great interior offensive player for them. She likes to drive in, and she throws that one away, her 5th turnover of the game.
And Lourdes will take it in. Hunter Kershaw had it. She had to give it back out to Christina Jefferson. Back to Kershaw. She shoots the baseline, Jade. That's through. 27-23 Rochester. Only a minute into this third quarter, Kuyat will bring the ball up the floor. Looking at Devin Valco, who had 10 points in the first half. Valco gives it off to Dungeon, who gives it back to Kuyat.
Yeah, and Valco had a couple of really smooth 3-pointers in this game, too.
Valco cuts, she gets it, gives it back to Dungeon. Dungeon uses the ball fake, loses it, has to give it back to Kuyat. Only 4 seconds left on the shot clock. She takes it in, and she puts in a nice left-handed layup. It is now 29-23 as Kendra Kuyat registers her first bucket of the night.
Yeah, just like that, she's on the board for Rochester, and if she can get going, that would be huge for this team. They're really missing a driving threat right now.
And the ball will go off of Latyra Beasley, who kicked it off of her own foot. Rochester gets the ball back. 8:18 left in the third quarter. Kuyat rocks it side to side as she brings it up. Kuyat gives it to Valco. Valco gives the Dungeon back to Kuyat. They're looking for Brooke Fielder down low. She has it. Double teamed. We'll have a jump ball. Possession will stay with Rochester. They'll have 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Kuyat has it down low and tries to get it to Fielder, but she cannot handle it. It is stolen, taken all the way in by Christina Jefferson, but blocked from behind by Fielder. Jefferson gets it back, gives it to Miller.
Good play there by Fielder to get back on her miscue on the offensive end.
Christina Jefferson gives it off to Hardy. Ball almost poked away by Kendra Kuyat. It is taken inside by Kershaw. Nothing there. Kuyat brings it up. She gives to Dungeon. Dungeon back to Kuyat. Kuyat takes it inside. She gives off to Valco. She'll shoot a 3. That's off back iron. Rebounded by Hardy. Hardy will push the tempo for the Gray Wolves. She sees the lane, gives it off. Beasley now has it on the right wing. Gives it back to Jefferson up top. Miller in the corner. She gives it back. 3-pointer is in. That is Hunter Kershaw. It is now 29-25 as they only say that it was a 2-pointer instead of a 3.
Yeah, regardless, it's Kershaw's first points of the game for the Gray Wolves.
Kuyat gives it to Valco up top. She swings it to Schreck. Schreck gives it off to Fielder. Fielder thought about 3, did not take it. Gives it off to Valco. Kuyat drives inside. She gives it off to Schreck. She shoots it strong. Rebounded, put back up and in by Rio Dungeon. Nice up and under there by Rio Dungeon. Now 31-25.
5 for Dungeon on the day. She's one of those players that could really get going for Rochester. She's a huge offensive threat.
Miller works it up top. She wanted it to clear out. Picks up her own dribble. Nothing there. Has to give it back to Christina Jefferson. Only 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Dungeon gets around the screen. Nothing there for Jefferson as good defense by both Schret and Dungeon. Kuyat pushes it up the floor. She slows it up, kicks it outside to Schret. Gives it to Dungeon. She shoots a deep 3. Nothing but brick. Rebounded there by Lourdes. Hardy takes it inside. She can't get the layup to go. Wide open layup. She just blows it. Rebounded by Fielder. Schret brings the ball up. She gives it back to Kuyat. Valco has it right wing. She uses a screen from Brooke Fielder. She gives it back to Kuyat. 10 seconds on the shot clock. She now uses a screen from Fielder. Nothing there. Valco has it. She shoots free throw line extended. Off left iron. Rebounded by Latyra Beasley. Beasley pushes it up the floor. She gives it to Miller. Miller to Jefferson. Jefferson to Hardy in the corner. She shoots a 3. Short. Rebounded by Schret. Schret will slow up the pace. Now pushes it. Gives it off to Valco. She'll shoot a 3. That one's off as well. Rebounded again by Jefferson. She'll push it up. And we will have a walk on Christina Jefferson.
So the turnover woes continue for both sides here. We're seeing more of the same here in the second half.
Jade Smith and Kim Charney will check in for Rio Dungeon and Brooke Fielder. Sarah Semler will check in for Lourdes along with Ramaya Henry. Kuyat brings it up. She gives it off to Charney. Valco now has it. Sure thought about 3. Didn't take it. Rochester continues to swing the ball around that perimeter like they always do. Jade Smith one-on-one. She puts it up and can't get it to go. Rebounded there by Rosane Newberry, who just checked in.
It was a great move by Smith, and she had the lane. As here comes a steal by the Warriors.
Shirt plays the passing lane. She gets a steal, gives it off to Charney, uses a Smith screen. Free throw line jumper is no good. Rebounded by Semler. And the 2-point bucket by Ramaya Henry is good. It almost looked like Henry did not have her feet set, didn't want to shoot that, but figured I have no choice. I'm going to shoot it. Valco takes it up and in. Blocking foul there on Rosane Newberry. Valco will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, back to that Jade Smith move. It was a beautiful move about 2 plays ago inside, and we haven't seen that a lot from her today, but that's something that she brings to the table and is very, very good at, is those interior post moves, and we saw it there. She just couldn't finish it.
Like we said earlier in the broadcast, Jade Smith very undersized at 5'8", as Devin Valco gets the first free throw to go through. But she plays much bigger than her size, like we said. Yeah. She's very physical. She's very crafty down low, and she's a very fun player to watch.
If this is your first time watching Rochester basketball, you're not getting a great showcase of what this women's team can do, because the players that you don't normally see struggle are really struggling today.
Yep, Kuyat has 5 turnovers on the night. She's usually only at about 1 or 2 a game. So definitely not what we're used to seeing out of her tonight, but somehow Rochester still has a 32-27 lead. Lourdes pushes the ball around the perimeter, and they will call Kuyat for a foul, her 4th. Ramaya Henry gets it to fall, now 32-29.
And just like that, Henry becomes the leading scorer for Lourdes with 6 points, a chance at 7. And we mentioned this earlier, all of their averages fall in that 9 to 5 range. They have about 6 or 7 players that fall right in there. So you're not going to see one player stand out for this Lourdes team.
Correction, that is Kuyat's 3rd foul, but Coach Brent Witcher still will put in Robin Pruitt, the sophomore guard from Saginaw, to run the reins while Kuyat sits with those 3 fouls.
Yeah, and as much as you don't like to hear this if you're a Rochester fan, Rochester's pretty used to running with Kuyat in foul trouble. She knocks down that free throw, so 7 points now for Henry.
Now 32-30, Rochester's lead's been cut to just 2. Pruitt gives it off to Shirt. She's wide open, will not take the 3. Valco has in the corner, trapped down low, but we'll have a blocking foul. And that foul will go on number 21, Kalina Harris.
So a reset down low for Robin Pruitt and the Warriors.
Pruitt has it in the corner. She now takes it inside. Nice up fake, can't get it to go. Smith rebounds, but she steps out of bounds with it. Lourdes will regain possession. Two pretty sloppy plays there by Rochester.
Yeah, not what you normally see from Rochester. They're a very well-coached team here from Brett Wichner, but we've seen them go on a 7-game skid here. They've lost 7 of their last 8, winning their last game, and things are just starting to look a little out of control for Rochester here.
Nice post defense there from Jade Smith as Hunter Kershaw can't get the fall. Pruitt will push it up the court. She gives off to Shret to Charney. Charney looks at Valco. She thought about 3, didn't take it. Gives it back to Shret. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. They go down low to Jade Smith. She's double teamed. She puts it up and puts it in with a little bit of contact. Nice move there by Jade Smith. Now 34-30 Rochester. Lourdes goes up the court quick, and Riley Rayburn will put it up and in. Now 34-32. Valco has a wide open lane. Nice up and under. She is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
So some quick hitting possessions there for both teams, one of them resulting in Jade Smith's first basket of the night.
The foul will go on Miranda Green. That is her first. Devin Valco will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Warriors. She knocks down her first. Dungeon and Kaiser will check in for Charney and is that Ricky Shret?
Yes.
Valco hits both at the stripe. We'll now see number 23, Jasmine Mitchell, checking in for the first time tonight. Jasmine Mitchell, one of those players on the Warriors bench that's also very physical, but she can stretch the floor and hit a 3 every now and then. 36-32 Warriors. Lourdes swings it around the perimeter. Ramaya Henry looked for a 3, did not take one. Instead, we'll have a foul called on Jade Smith as she pushed Riley Rayburn out of bounds.
Yeah, they're going to say that they forced her out of bounds there, but it looks like she was just standing her ground in that spot.
I would agree with that. It looked like Rayburn almost used the off arm, but same scenario as Kuyats earlier, as now Rio Dungeon will pick up a loose ball foul.
Yeah, things getting a little sloppy here for Rochester. Wichner thinks that it was just a wet spot there on the floor that caused that player to fall.
Brooke Fielder will come in for Jade Smith. We now have Pruitt, Mitchell, Kaiser, Dungeon, and Fielder on the floor for the Warriors. Lourdes can't get it to go twice. Rebounded by Kaiser. Nice rebound down low. Pruitt handles the offense. She gives off Dungeon. Nice pass to Mitchell. She'll shoot a 3. That's off. Pruitt almost gets that rebound, but it will go out of bounds on Ramaya Henry. Rochester will reset under their own basket. Fresh shot clock. 1:42 left in the third quarter. 36-32 Warriors. And that pass is taken away. Ramaya Henry has it. She pushes it up. She can't get it to go. Rebounded by Brooke Fielder. She gives it off to Jasmine Mitchell, who will bring it up forecourt. Mitchell will give it off to Pruitt. She sees a driving lane off to Fielder. Fielder up fake. She walked with it. You got to put that ball on the floor. Rochester looking sloppy again here in this third quarter.
Yeah, neither team, Rochester nor Lourdes, is able to put together any valuable possessions here. Both teams very sloppy. The minute that they see a lane, they attack it and they just throw it up.
Jefferson will bring the ball up the court for Lourdes. They give it off to Hardy. Jefferson has it yet again. Kaiser and Dungeon switch. Gives it back to Hardy. She looks to drive baseline. She's blocked off by Brooke Fielder. Good defense there by Fielder. Ball goes back outside to Jefferson. 4 on the shot clock. Jefferson puts it up and can't get it to fall. Rebound, Jasmine Mitchell. Nice defensive stance there by Rochester as Pruitt pushes it up. She gives it to Kaiser. Kaiser looks at Mitchell. She'll shoot a 3. That's long. Rebounded by Jefferson. 40 seconds left. Henry takes it up. She can't get it to fall. Second time she's missed a bunny tonight. And they will call a foul. I believe it's going to be on Shea Kaiser.
Just some very bizarre offensive possessions for both sides right now.
Ricky Schrett will check back in for Robin Pruitt. 33.4 left in the third quarter. Only 3 seconds separating shot and game clocks. Lourdes has the ball. They trigger. They give it off to Hardy. She shoots a 3. That's short. Rebounded by Shirt. Rochester has numbers. Fielder will take it up. She'll put it in. Count that baby in a foul. Brooke Fielder now with 9 points on the night.
I don't know if you can legally say that. That might be copyrighted.
I'm sorry, George Blaha. It just kind of came out naturally.
Well, a great play there from Fielder. She continues to get inside and wreak a little bit of havoc. Let's see if she can convert that free throw.
Fielder gets it to fall at the stripe. It's now 40-32 Rochester, 22 seconds left.
Looks like they're going to play for the final shot here.
Lourdes will swing it around as there's only 8 seconds left in this quarter. Nice up fake there, but a travel will be called on Sydney Miller.
I'd love to see another replay of that one. That just looked like an up fake.
It looked like a nice up fake.
Back,
it looked like an up fake to me, but not everybody's James Harden.
Not everybody. Not everybody gets the benefit of the doubt on something like that.
Strett will push it. She'll shoot it before the clock goes off, but it is long. To end the third quarter is 39-32 Warriors. You are watching the Rochester Sports Network. And we're back on the Rochester Sports Network. Your Warriors lead 39-32. Stay tuned because after this game, we will have the men's basketball team also taking on Lourdes University. That game's tip is scheduled for 6:30.
Yeah, and Rochester has
7:30.
A great team this year. Armand Cartwright, their leading scorer, 17 points per game. Jake has a pretty crazy stat about Armand's shooting percentages here.
Armand Cartwright is almost shooting 50-40-90 on the season. 50% from the floor, 40% from 3, and 90% from the line. Something you don't even see much happen in the pros, but we'll get to that later.
Elite numbers.
We'll get to that later when the Warwick men's team takes on the Lourdes Grey Wolves. But right now we have a close battle between the women's teams as Lourdes can't get the first bucket to fall the fourth quarter. Ricky Schrett will bring it up for the Warriors. You have Schrett, Dungeon, Valco, Kaiser, and Fielder in for Rochester right now. They give to Kaiser. She's wide open for 3. She'll shoot, and it is short. She almost took her too much time there, Nick.
Yeah, hesitated pretty hard on that one.
Jefferson will push it up for the Grey Wolves. She takes it all the way in. She can't get it to fall. Loose ball, and it looks like they'll call an over-the-back foul, and it's going to be on Devin Valco.
Yeah, and if it was going to be on anybody there, it should have been on Brooke Felder. It just went right over the top.
That will be Valco's second foul of the game, Rochester's first team foul of the fourth quarter. Jefferson will work the ball up top. She gives off to Miller. Miller, another nice pump fake there. She's taking Shea Kaiser to work. Step back. She can't get it to go. Ball rebounded and will go out of bounds. Miller could not get to it. Rochester will reset. Now 1 minute off the game clock. 9 minutes left in this ball game. A 7-point lead for the Warriors.
Yeah, and something to note for Rochester fans, Kendra Kuyat still not back in the game, still playing with 3 fouls, and because of that, Wichner is going to keep her on the bench for probably the foreseeable future. I don't expect to see her until the 5-minute mark.
Shea Kaiser knocks down a wide open 3. It is now 42-32 Rochester. Kaiser did not hesitate that time. It'll only be a 30-second timeout, so we will stay here.
Yeah, and we'll see what Rochester decides to draw up here. They got a 10-point lead, biggest lead of the night. Do they keep playing aggressive defensively, keep trying to force those turnovers, or do they start to sag off and run some clock on the offensive end?
I would definitely expect Coach Wichner to sag off and run some clock, but you never know. This Rochester team is very feisty. They like to play quick.
Well, and this could be a season-defining game for Rochester. You're coming off that 7-game skid. You have a chance to win back-to-back here. This is a need for Rochester. This is a conference game. Rochester
will stay with the 5 out on the floor of Stret, Kaiser, Valco, Dungeon, and Fielder. Christina Jefferson will bring it up for the Grey Wolves. She gives it off to Miller. Miller uses a screen. She goes up. She gets it to go. Kaiser will have the blocking foul, and it will be one more at the stripe for Miller.
Number 20, Sydney Miller with the basket. Rochester foul, 14, Shea Kaiser.
Miller gets the free throw to go. It is now back to a 7-point game. 42-35 Warriors, 8:27 left. Valco has it at the top of the key. She gives it off to Dungeon. They look at Shirt. Kaiser 3 again, long. Thought about it too much again. Should have just shot it when she caught it, but she did not. Jefferson pushes it for Lourdes. Sydney Miller 3 will not go in. Rebounded by Ricky Stret. Stret will control the offense, slow things down a little bit here. Rocks it side to side at the top of the key. She gives it off to Kaiser. Kaiser will look at Dungeon up top, gives it back to Stret to Valco. She'll shoot the 3. Bottoms.
That's a big 3 for Rochester. Extends that lead back to 10, under 8 minutes to play.
Now 45-35 Rochester, 7:40 left in this ball game. Lourdes will bring the ball up the court. They give it to Miller. Miller gives it off to Hardy. Hardy will drive, go baseline, shoot a pull-up J. Also nothing but bottoms. And now 45-37 Rochester as Stret controls the offense for the Warriors.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see Stret playing this point guard position. You have Pruitt on the bench. You have Kuyat on the bench. And it's really working for Rochester here. They're getting a lot of good shots.
Fielder down low. She puts up a left-handed hook. She can't get it to go. But going back to what you just said, Nick, I think the reason Wichner's going with Ricky Stret as a nice block there by Brooke Fielder is because Stret has not turned the ball over tonight.
Yeah, she's a safe bet right now
as
for Rochester.
Pruitt had 2 or 3 turnovers after 3. Kaiser will shoot a 3. Can't get that to fall. Stret will chase it down. She's in the corner. And we will have a timeout called by Brent Wichner. 6:46 left in this ball game. Rochester's up 45-37. This is the Rochester Sports Network. And we are back live on the Rochester Sports Network. Your Rochester College Lady Warriors are leading the Lourdes University Lady Grey Wolves 45-37, 6:46 left in this ball game. Kendra Kuyat just checked back into the ball game for the first time. She is playing with those 3 fouls, Nick.
Yeah, and as mentioned, it was looking pretty good with Ricky Shirt running that point guard position. She'll remain on the floor. So maybe see them split duties as Kuyat quickly attacks the rim and is fouled.
Kuyat is fouled. She will go to the line to shoot 2.
And like you mentioned earlier, lots of turnover problems for Rochester. Neither team has been able to figure that out, though. Lourdes struggling with that, too. It's just the big thing for Rochester is they've been able to knock down those 3-point shots in this quarter.
Kuyat cannot get the first free throw to fall. It goes in and out. Remember, folks, like I said earlier, coming up after this game at 7:30 will be the Rochester College men's team playing against the Lourdes University men's team. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. That's going to be a good ball game. We'll have more preview for that before, like 5-10 minutes before tip. Valco goes in with a floater. She can't get to go. Rebounded by Ricky Schrett. Schrett takes it inside. Nice up fake. She gives it off to Kuyat, gives it to Valco in the corner. 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Kuyat will use a Jade Smith screen. Schrett wide open for 3. She'll take it deep. Rebounded by number 13, Rosane Newberry. Jefferson pushes it. She gives it off to Hardy. That ball is poked away by Valco, and Rochester will now regain possession of it. Nice defensive stand there by Rochester. Dungeon thought about 3, did not take it. Gives it back to Kuyat. Kuyat will set up the offense. Valco now has it up top, gives it back to Kuyat. Schrett has it on the right wing. She gives it to Dungeon. Dungeon back to Kuyat, back to Valco. They're trying to set up something down low for Jade Smith. She has it. Nice right-handed hook. She can't get the fall, but another rebound by Ricky Schrett. Kuyat has it back up top. 25 seconds on the shot clock. 5:30 left on the game clock. Rochester is up 8. Third play of this possession for the Warriors. Kuyat has it. She tries the shake similar. 10 on the clock. Kuyat still has it. She dribbles it inside, gives it off to Dungeon. Back to Kuyat. She'll shoot a 3, and that won't fall. Rochester can't get the rebound, and we'll have a foul. It'll be on Jade Smith.
What a wild possession there. Rochester getting chance after chance, not able to convert, and then a little frustration foul on the other end.
Miranda Green checks back in for the Grey Wolves along with Hunter Kershaw. Jefferson brings the ball up the court for the Grey Wolves. She has it on the right wing. Nothing there. Looking around. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Riley Rayburn has it. She takes it up. She can't get it to fall, but they will call a blocking foul late on Jade Smith. Very late call there.
Now at this point, 4:43 left, 8-point Rochester lead. It's just a battle of attrition. It's who can hold on to the ball long enough to get a valuable shot, because neither team has been able to find that.
That'll be Jade Smith's fourth foul. Riley Rayburn will step to the stripe for the Grey Wolves. She knocks down the first. Ramaya Henry will check in for Christina Jefferson. It's one of Jefferson's first rests of the night. We've seen her on the floor a lot. It looks like Brooke Fielder will check in next dead ball. And Fielder will come in right here for Jade Smith, who has those 4 fouls. Now 45-39 Rochester, 4:43 left in the game. You have your starting 5 on the court: Schrett, Kuyat, Fielder, Dungeon, and Valco.
Yeah, and I could see Rochester running with this group to the finish line here as long as they can maintain possessions.
Kuyat has it up top. They're looking for Fielder to post up. She can't get it to her. Dungeon has it. 13 left on the shot clock. They hand it off to Valco. She'll drive it in. Nice dish off to Fielder. She can't handle it. Never really saw it coming. And Lourdes will bring the ball to the court.
Big opportunity here from Lourdes.
Ramaya Henry will work the ball with the Grey Wolves. She gives it off to Rayburn. Rayburn will give it to Henry. That's Green, my apologies. But a nice block there by Brooke Fielder. And the ball will stay with the Grey Wolves. 10 seconds left on the shot clock, 4 minutes left on the game clock. Semler will inbound. And we will have a foul on Brooke Fielder.
Yeah, just kind of shoved the player down to the ground there, and you're not going to get away with that in most games. And Mia Henry, the one shoved to the ground, and she's going to get some shots out of it.
Luckily, that is only Brooke Fielder's first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's another rare sight for Rochester. She's in foul trouble a lot.
Mia Henry steps to the line to shoot 2. And she knocks down the first, 45-40 Rochester, 3:59 left. Henry knocks down both at the stripe. Now 4-point ball game. 3:58 left in this game. Kuyat pushes it up the floor for Rochester. She will slow it down, give it to Schredt.
Yeah, and Henry now has 9 on the game for Lourdes. She still is their leading scorer.
Dungeon has it up top. She gives it off to Schredt. They're looking for Fielder down low. Fielder puts it up and puts it in. Nice play there by Rochester to get Brooke Fielder easy bucket down low. Back up 6, 47-41, 3:30 left. Rayburn thought about the 3. She did not take it. She gives it back outside to Kershaw. Back to Rayburn. Rayburn gives it off to Henry. Give to Russell in the corner. My apologies, Green in the corner. Henry has it back up top. She takes it inside. She loses the ball. She travels, and it'll be Rochester ball. Nice break there for Rochester.
Yeah, they really got away with one there. They opened up a lane. She had a shot if she could just hold on to it and maintain her footing.
Rosane Newberry will check in for Hunter Kershaw. 3:10 left in this ball game. Rochester up 47-41. Kendra Kuyat works it side to side for the Warriors. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. They look at Schredt down low. She dishes it back off to Kuyat. 10 seconds left. Kuyat has it, gives to Schredt. She shoots from the free throw line. No good. Fielder rebound. She is fouled. Very heads-up play there by Brooke Fielder. She'll head to the stripe to shoot 2. Try to lengthen this Rochester lead to 8.
A huge possession there for Rochester. If they can get away with points here, you got to feel really good about it. An 8-point lead with 2:43 to play in a game like this, that feels pretty safe.
Fielder hits the first, nothing but bottoms. Now 48-41. And she hits the second, 49-41 Rochester with 2:43 left in this ball game. Henry will bring the ball up for the Gray Wolves. They give it off to Rayburn. Rayburn has it. She gives it off to Green. Back to Henry. She goes up, blocked by Brooke Fielder. Nice block there. A 3-pointer will be up and strong by Green. Rebound, Devin Valco. Kuyat pushes it up the floor quickly. Valco has it. She gives it off to Schredt. They're going down low to Brooke Fielder. Nice pass there to Dungeon. To Valco. 3-pointers up and in. Now a 11-point lead for Rochester. 52-41, leading to a Gray Wolves timeout.
Now the question for Rochester becomes during this timeout, is it enough? Is an 11-point lead enough that you can just back off, let them take their shots, not foul, and then run the clock down?
I think if you're Rochester, you have to just continue to play the defense you've been playing, because you saw we had that 8-point lead, and you and I both said just kind of lay back and let them run their sets a little bit, see if they'll miss the shots, and next thing you knew it was a 3-point ball game.
Yeah, the last thing, though, that you want from Rochester is to get the other team to get in foul trouble yourselves, get the other team into the bonus. That would be a huge mistake, especially with how sloppy this game has become at times. There's just been a lot of non-contact fouls and contact fouls. So
we'll have to see what Coach Brett Witchner draws up for his team here. The same starting 5 is back out on the court for Rochester. Kuyat, Schredt, Valco, Dungeon, and Fielder. 2:07 left in this ball game. Rochester leads 52-41.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised not to see Pruitt on the court too, because then you get 2 ball handlers. It really helps Rochester with maintaining possessions out there.
Three-pointer is up and good by Jamie Hardy. Big shot there. They try pressing. Kuyat breaks the press. She takes it in all the way by herself, gives it off to Valco. That's tipped, goes to Dungeon, tipped back out of bounds. Kuyat almost would have been better off just taking that in by herself.
Yeah, and I understand that move to run clock. We were just talking about that, but points are better than running clock.
If you have an easy bucket, take it.
Yeah, if you can extend this lead back to 10, that's a huge plus.
Rochester has the ball, 16 seconds on the shot clock, 1:40 left in the ball game. Schret tells Fielder to stay where she's at. She works it, gives it to Kuyat. 7 on the clock. Kuyat takes it and spins. She'll be called for a push-off, no basket. 52-44, Rochester. Kuyat's 4th foul of the night.
Yeah, that would have been a huge make for Rochester if she could have knocked that down and drew the foul. That one could have gone either way.
Because I think she extended her arm there a little bit. That's why they called it.
And we talked about that earlier. That's something that refs look for all the time. Is there an extension of the arm?
No matter what level.
Was on that play.
Lourdes will have it. They work it out on the wing. Green gives it back to Jefferson, who just checked in. Hardy shoots it over Kuyat. Air ball. Rebounded by Fielders. Saved. Back to Hardy. And an easy bucket there for Hunter Kershaw is now 52-46. 1 minute left in this game.
Yeah, and Wichner is going to let them run it up the floor. No timeout here from Rochester.
Kuyat gives it off to Schret. Dungeon shoots a 3. Long. Little bit of a quick trigger there by Dungeon. She should have just kind of let the clock run down there a little bit, as Henry now will take it in. She puts it up, and she is called for the offensive foul, so a lucky break there for Rochester.
Yeah, that was an interesting possession there from both teams. The quick 3 for Rochester, and then the offensive foul on the other end. Both teams seem to get away with one there.
30 seconds on the shot clock, 42 on the game clock. Rochester breaks the press, and Lourdes will intentionally foul Kendra Kuyat. They had a foul to give.
Lourdes foul, 23, Christiana Jefferson.
And now you're going to see a lot of pressure on the inbounder here.
Valco inbounds it. She gives it off to Kuyat, and then she is fouled by Sarah Semler, who went for the steal. Kuyat will now go to the line to shoot 2. Both teams in the bonus, 35 seconds left.
Number 3, Kendra Kuyat. Shoot.
You got to think if Rochester knocks these both down, that's the ball game.
You'd hope so.
Even just one of them here extends it to a 3-score game.
Kuyat's rainbow goes right up and in.
For Lourdes, 34,
Latyra Beasley will come in for Hunter Kershaw. Going a little defense for offense here.
As Jake mentioned earlier, stick around. We have the men's game after this.
Kuyat can't convert on the second, but it's a 7-point game, now 3-possession game for the Warriors. Christiana Jefferson has it. She gives it off to Hardy. Hardy drives in, gives it back to Jefferson. Jefferson needs to do something with the ball. She goes up. She gets it to go in. 53-48. They give to Schret, to Valco. Now to Kuyat. They need to break this press, and Valco is intentionally fouled in the backcourt.
Yeah, interesting move to intentionally foul there, because that clock, their little clock to get it past that court line, was running out very quickly there.
Yep, you got to remember, in college they have 10 seconds to get the ball across half court, and Rochester was
them out.
already about at 5 seconds there. So, but Valco will go to the line to shoot 2, 15.2 left in the game. Valco knocks down the first. Now 54-48. And Valco knocks down the second at the line. 55-48, 15 seconds left. Lourdes is going to look for a 3 here. Good defense by Valco, nothing going. They give it down low to Beasley, nothing there. Jefferson has the ball, 1 second, puts it up and out, and Rochester will come out the win in this game. Rochester will now move to 14-8 on the season, take their winning streak to 2 games, back-to-back games. Warriors won here at home. Lourdes will move to 7-13 on the season. Stick around, like we said. This Rochester College men's team will be taking on the Lourdes University Grey Wolves men's team. here in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, approximate tip-off of probably 7:35.
Yep, so stay tuned for that game. It will be a good game. We will have some keys to the game coming up about 5-10 minutes before the game. Stick around. You are watching the Rochester Sports Network.